Today I'm going to talk about one of the very few issues we have with this solidly built negative pressure pump, the KCI Vac Ulta, which is a negative pressure pump which allows us to irrigate the wounds with saline or antibacterial solutions. It is a very reliable pump, but it has one little drawback, and that is very sensitive alarms. Sensitive alarms is actually a useful thing because it protects the patient, but in this case we feel the alarms are overly sensitive. This applies especially to the alarm concerning the irrigation part. We have two alarms in this pump. The one alarm is for the negative pressure pump, which tells about air leakages or blockages in the airflow, and the other alarm is the irrigation alarm, if there's anything stopping the flow of irrigation fluid. And it's the latter alarm which is the real concern, because in at least half of our cases we see that the alarm goes off, and very often this happens at times during the day where everybody's busy or in the middle of the night. So this is something which we want to avoid. And if you're thinking maybe we have a bad model, no, that's not the case. We have 3 of these pumps at our workplace at all the time, and these are always serviced at the right intervals. So this is a general problem of this pump, but like I said in the beginning, it's otherwise a fantastic pump which allows us to do new things in the world of negative pressure treatment. So after a lot of trying and failing, we have come up with a definite solution to this problem, how you can avoid this. There's actually 2 solutions you can do. One of the things you can do is to increase the threshold, on the alarms. You can make the threshold higher, which means that the alarm won't go off for every little thing happening. First, I'll show you how to change the threshold on the pump. That will help in some cases, but not in most. Yeah, we'll start with that. The problem is, as far as we have seen, is that the black foam, this stuff here, that it clogs the irrigation hole, which is this small hole here. Here you have the tubing on the other side. This is the tubing for the irrigation fluid, and this is for the airflow. So when the pump is pumping irrigation fluids into the wound, it comes out here, but once the pump kicks back into negative pressure mode, the foam is being sucked into this little dome area here and clogs the irrigation hole partially. And since the alarm is very sensitive on this pump, it's enough to set off the alarm. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how you can change the threshold. We'll go into Vac Veriflow, which is our installation therapy. This machine, because I work in Norway, is in Norwegian. So what you do is you go into your Vac Veriflow settings, and then you go to advanced settings, which is the little symbol with the cogs. And then you have to go to tools up here, and here it has a symbol for the thresholds for the alarms. And you have 2 alarms in this pump. The one is for leakage, air leakage, for the negative pressure part, the part which is sucking air away from the wound. And we see here that the threshold is on high already. And here's the alarm for the Veriflow treatment, for the installation treatment. And this is on low. Lav in Norwegian means low. And you should put this on high to avoid unnecessary alarms going off in the middle of the night. So this is the one thing you can do. And you can safely have both the thresholds on high. The alarms will still be reliable according to our experience. So the solution to our problems is this. This is something, I don't even know what it's called in English. It's something you put on a frying pan if you don't want a lid. It prevents the oil from the frying pan from splattering all over your oven. And this is made of a sort of steel which you can sterilize in an autoclave. So what I've done is I've just cut this mesh into a round shape. It's fairly hard. So you couldn't just use a material like mosquito netting, because that'll be also sucked up into this dome. So once we have this mesh, and it has to be a little bit bigger than the plastic ring here, then as you can see, the foam no longer will be able to get sucked into the dome area in the negative pressure phase. So this little mesh is all you need to avoid the alarm problem. So we advise you to cut several of them and get them sterilized in autoclave, put them in individual sterile bags so you have them ready when you need them. So obviously I hope that KCI in the future will provide us with these. They could be in the kit from before. They probably won't cost anything to make, and they will definitely solve this problem.